Samjoko Publishing has once again labored to produce an impactful and timely role-playing game, this time powered by the Forged in the Dark system, made famous by Blades in the Dark. The game is called Hack the Planet, and that phrase may remind you, if you're of an age, or if you're into film, or if you're at least into the genre, may remind you of a film from 1995 about a small group of young hackers, marked by their strong sense of individuality, and in the film at least, a sort of self-centered altruism. In this game, Hack the Planet, this is climate fiction, or Cli-Fi as it refers to itself, and it takes the cyberpunk, low-life, high-tech, living on the edge or surviving in the city's underbelly to the perspective of, well, if we've ruined everything else, surely we've ruined the environment as well. And let's say that it's just as bleak and just as horrible and just as likely as what we're facing in the future. So let's undo all the stops and have a dystopian cyberpunk climate fiction where people have had enough. And that's where the players come in. Based around the idea of a score, as you'd expect using Blades in the Dark, the group of characters, having had enough, seek to get some of their own back. Or, if they never had anything, then take someone else's and make it their own. But let's look at the book. We have a very heavy, dense, solid book. Normally they've been printing in Korea, but they've shifted production to China, where they were able to, so I understand, get higher quality with better distribution. You'll notice that there is a ding in the corner there because it's sent in a soft padded envelope. Yes, it was bound up in a lot of bubble wrap, so this damage may have happened on the production end. Either way, it's a minor thing. As I mentioned, this book is really heavy, as you may note, as it impacts on the table. So, this book was funded through Kickstarter. The Samjoko Publishing company handles Kickstarter very, very well. Lots of communication, and either on time or with reasonable delays. This is just a few months late, and there were no surprises involved in that. Plus, we had access to the rules in a living document all the way through production. As you can see, the interior is glossy, full-color pages, and it is packed with art. Full-page spreads like this, or single-page spreads, vibrant color, all primarily done by the same artist with a very striking and evocative style that I'm finding gets in under the lid of my brain and makes me think, what would this world really be like? So, generally speaking, I prefer strong text and can take or leave the art, but this is one of those cases where the art grabs you by the eyes and doesn't let go. The binding on the book feels exceptionally solid. I noticed in an update that it was listed as a Smith-bound softcover. It's nice. And it's larger than what you may expect. It probably looks like a 6x9 digest size, but it is taller. So it is similar in size to their previous release of Worlds in Peril. So if you have that, then you have a good sense of how big this one is. But why imagine when you could actually see? So here we've got some recent Samjoko Publishing material and some other old stuff. We've got Operators here, which is the same size as Hack the Planet, although thinner. We have Tech Noir. Everyone loves Tech Noir. Significantly smaller. Headspace slightly larger than Tech Noir. So let's get Tech Noir out from underneath, and we can see a good comparison. Headspace is the typical size. Dogs in the Vineyard's the same size. Apocalypse World's the same size. When we compare it to the Veil, we see that they are both in this larger format. Okay. Hack the Planet gets even bigger, though. It's significantly thicker than the Veil, significantly thicker than Worlds in Peril. Of course, blows operators away in terms of size. So, big game, big concept,